Hello and welcome to Custom Minecraft Maps with me, Gina the Giraffe. I am so excited to be here today. So I have been trying to do this specific map. I want to say this might be my 7th or 8th attempt. I don't even know. I've completely lost track because this map apparently does not want to be recorded, but it's going to happen. So I am really excited. We are still in our series, Let's Go to the Beach, because it's summer, and who doesn't want to go to the beach during the summer? So we are going to do this super cute parrot map. And I am so ready to show you guys. It's a little bit difficult, so it's going to be kind of a little different video than what hopefully I will be doing in the past or in the future, because I just feel like it would be best to do it this way, but it's not really a lot of fun for me because I don't really get to talk through a lot of it. So anyways, I am so ready to get started on this. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to check out our inventory for what we need. So the items that you're going to need to make this parrot. Now, first of all, before we completely get started, there is like a mistake on this parrot. If you'll look down below the parrot, kind of you see that big green blob. That is actually not supposed to be there. I'm not really sure how that got there. I had some help when I was making this, and so all I can think of is maybe the person and I who were doing it, we just missed it. I mean, there's lime green on the bird, so I guess we maybe just thought that it was a part of what the bird is supposed to be. But now that I've looked at it and studied it trying to do this, it's absolutely driving me crazy. So we are not going to have that on there. So we're going to make sure whenever I'm explaining it, you know that that little green blob is not going to be on there. So anyways, what you're going to need is a lot of red. But we're going to go through kind of the list of everything that you're going to need. So you're going to need blue wool, and that will be 576 blue wool. Light blue wool is 256. Lime wool is 320. Yellow wool is 640. The red wool is going to be 1,984. So if you have a wool farm, I suggest dyeing some of your sheep wool to make that go faster. White wool, you're going to need 384. Black wool, you're going to need 128. And then for that peachy color up there at the top, we use sand, and you're going to need 320 of the sand. You're also going to need a map to make. You're going to need an item frame, a piece of glass, like a glass pane, and a cartography table. So let's go ahead. Let me put this down so I can see. And we're going to head over to our canvas over here so we can go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I want to do is you want to make sure that your picture is going to be symmetrical. So this parrot sits at... oh goodness, I don't even know. 72, okay, yeah, I wrote it down. 72 squares wide and 120 squares high. So let me kind of explain that to you because I just realized what I did. Each one of these squares, so we're going to use the parrot's eye as an example for you to look at because it kind of is an easy square to look at. That is an 8 by 8 square. So that is 64 black wool are sitting in that eye. So whenever I say that it is 72 squares wide, no, that's not right. It is just 72 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, so 9 times 8, that's what it is. 9 times 8 is 72. So you have 72 squares, and I think that's Minecraft squares wide, and then you are 120 squares high. That's right. That is right. It's Minecraft squares. Okay. Sorry, it's been so many times that I've done this video that I'm kind of confusing myself now. And then what we're going to do is we're also going to leave 4, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to leave 4 squares out because that's how far off the canvas I want. We're going to have 4 squares on the bottom and 4 squares on the top. And then we're going to hit, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, we're going to go in 28 squares so that it's the same on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that was 9. I'm getting ahead of myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. So our first red is going to go right there. So that is kind of the start. Oh, the first thing you actually have to do is create your map. So, and then we're going to bump that because we're going to have to use our little parrot as a reference. And we'll be doing the sand last. Okay, so let's get that map. So, we have now started with the red. So what I'm going to do on this particular video is as I'm laying the squares down, I'm going to speed it up for you so that we're not sitting here and you're not having to watch me lay stuff forever. This map takes probably about an hour and a half to complete, and so I'm going to go ahead and show you this first red square so that you kind of get what I'm doing, and then I'm going to speed through the outlines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that last one is 8. So as you can see at the bottom left, that is our first square. I just did an outline of it, and that's what I'm going to do first is outline so you can kind of see where each square is. So let me go ahead and get this other red one done. Okay, so I have the 2 reds done, and I'm going to fill them in off camera, and I'll come back and show it to you after I've filled it in. So now I have the first 2 reds done, so I'm going to go ahead and do all of the blue. That way, blue will be done. I don't have to worry about it, so I'm going to get that done, and then I will slow the camera back down. All right, so we have finished all of our blue, our regular blue wool, so we are done with that one. And then, like I said, I will go back in and fill that in later. So now I'm just going to work my way up. Now I'm going to go ahead and do all of the light blue wool so that I can get that color done. So let me head over here. And once you get one color kind of completely done like this, it's a little bit easier. There's not too much counting that you have to do because you already have your parameters set up. So I will go ahead and speed up this video so we can get the light blue done. Alright, so now we are finished with the light blue, and we are going to make our way up to the lime green color, which is right above the light blue. Alright, so now we're finished with the lime green, and we are going to go ahead and go up to the yellow right above the lime green. Okay, and just like that, we're finished with the yellow. So really quick, I really want to recommend doing your outlines first instead of filling it in as you go. The reason I recommend that is because you know where your each square begins and ends. So you're able, I don't know if you've noticed how quickly I can just go through and I know exactly where I end and begin because I can just use a square I've already used. So that's kind of why this is able to actually go through pretty quickly. Whenever I first did this, it took me a very long time and I had to have help. But of course, you know, this is like my 7th video, so it definitely helps to be that way. But it really does help to have that outline already, you know, there so you can just follow along with that. So I highly recommend if you're going to make this parrot, just go ahead and do your outlines first. So now we're going to start with the red. We've already done the red down there at the bottom. This one doesn't have a red. Let's see. This one doesn't have a red. Let's see where it is. You kind of have to figure it out, especially with that green blob down there at the bottom. So we're ignoring the green blob, And we're not going to do the first blue, we're not going to do the second blue, but we're going to do the third blue. So 1, 2, and then this blue right here, it's catty corner with the light blue. Yes. All right, so we are now finished with the reds. Now we basically have the outline, and so now we're just gonna work on the face. So we're gonna start with the white, and we're gonna do probably the black, and then we're gonna do the sand last. So let me go ahead and get that white done on the face. Okay, so we're now finished with the white, and we're gonna go ahead and get the black eye and then the mouth done. All right, so that was super easy. We're gonna do the sand part of the beak, and then we will be done with the outlining. All right, so there it is, completely outlined. So what I'm gonna do now is off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and fill it in, and then I will come back on and show you just the parrot filled in, and then I'll go in and I'll do the background. So I will be right back in just a minute with it completely filled in. All right, so here is our parrot completely filled in. I highly, highly recommend doing the outlining first. Make sure you get each square so that you know exactly where you're supposed to go. But it took me, I flew through being able to fill that in. It was so easy because I already had the outline. I just followed the same strategy that I did on the way whenever we were outlining. So I did all of the blue, all the light blue, all the green, all the yellow, all the red. I just followed that same strategy, and it was so incredibly easy. If you're in survival mode, like I said, you can do this in survival mode. I do it all the time in survival mode. I have this huge canvas, and I do all sorts of things in survival. So get that wool farm. If you need a tutorial, just comment down below, and I can show you my wool farm. I'll show you how I made it. Like I said, I'm in survival mode whenever I do these normally. I just do the tutorials in creative. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do my outline. I use sand for my outline because let's go back over to our tiki hut, because I kind of made that big picture and it took 3 of them put together. And so I have to do the remaining outline for that. And then I do brown wool on the background. You can do whatever kind of background you want. If you want blue background to go with the sky, then do blue. If you want dark green because you're in like a jungle or something, go ahead and do dark green. It is completely up to you. It is your picture. So let me go ahead and fill this in, and then I will come back with our completed parrot picture. All right, and so we're back, and here is our parrot. We are completely finished. I did have some help. But it did take almost an hour. I had a helper come in. They asked if they were kind of bored, so they asked if they could help me out. So I was able to get this done with my helper. It took about 40 minutes, I think. If you fill it all in by yourself, it'll probably take a little bit longer, but it is so worth it. It is so super cute. So the next step that we have to do is we have to lock in our map. If you forget to lock in your map, then whenever you decide to go in and make another picture, you're going to lose this picture. So always make sure you lock in your map. So you're going to get your cartography table, put your map in there, put a pane of glass, and then you're going to name it. And we're going to name this one Parrot 2 because we already have the other one. And there it is. And then you just get your item frame and you put your parrot in. So we're going to go over to the tiki bar right over here, the little tiki hut that we have. And we're going to take down the one that's messed up and put up the new one. And that is it. So there's our parrots. And I am so excited that I finally got this video done, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. And I would love to see pictures of the ones that y'all do. Change up your colors. You can do bright colors, you can have pinks, you can have purples. Do anything that you want because it is your picture, and I would love to see pictures of y'all. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!